Ontario is Canada's most populated province and home to cities like Toronto and Ottawa. But there's way more to it than just these big cities. From ancient history to Niagara Falls and even some iconic food, here's everything you need to know about Ontario in just 10 minutes. Quick facts. Ontario is located in East Central Canada and borders the United States along the Great Lakes. It's Canada's most populated province with over 16 million people, or about 40% of the country's population. The capital of Ontario is Toronto, while Ottawa, also in Ontario, is Canada's national capital. Geography. Ontario is massive and incredibly diverse geographically. The province is split into two main regions, Southern Ontario and Northern Ontario. Southern Ontario is where most people live. It includes major cities like Toronto, Ottawa, and Hamilton, and has a mild climate compared to the rest of Canada. Northern Ontario is much larger but sparsely populated. It's filled with forests, lakes, and part of the Canadian Shield, one of the oldest geological formations on Earth. Ontario is home to 250,000 lakes, including parts of the Great Lakes, Superior, Huron, Erie, and Ontario. History. Ontario's history stretches back thousands of years, with Indigenous peoples like the Anishinaabe and the Haudenosaunee living in the region long before Europeans arrived. In the 1600s, French explorers came first, followed by British control after the 7 Years' War in 1763. Ontario was originally part of Quebec, but in 1791 it became Upper Canada. It officially became the province of Ontario in 1867, when Canada formed as a country. Throughout the 1800s and 1900s, Ontario grew rapidly thanks to immigration, industrialization, and its access to waterways for trade. Population and cities. Ontario today has over 16 million residents, making it the largest province by population in Canada. The biggest city is Toronto, which is also the largest city in Canada and a global hub for finance, culture, and business. Other major cities include Ottawa, the capital of Canada, Mississauga, Brampton, Hamilton, and London. Ontario is one of the most multicultural places in the world, with people from all backgrounds and cultures. Economy. Ontario is the economic engine of Canada. It contributes the largest share of Canada's GDP and is home to industries like finance. Toronto is Canada's financial capital, technology, manufacturing, and film and media. Many major companies and industries are based in Ontario, making it a key driver of the Canadian economy. Attractions and tourism. Ontario is packed with famous attractions. We have natural attractions such as Niagara Falls, Algonquin Provincial Park, Bruce Peninsula, and the Thousand Islands. Cities and landmarks include the CN Tower in Toronto, Parliament Hill in Ottawa, the Royal Ontario Museum, the Toronto Islands, and the Ottawa-Rideau Canal. Ontario is also the most visited province in Canada, attracting the highest share of domestic and international trips. Food and cuisine. Ontario's food scene is just as diverse as its population. Because so many cultures live here, you can find almost every kind of cuisine, from Italian and Chinese to Caribbean and Middle Eastern. One of the most iconic Canadian dishes you'll find everywhere in Ontario is the famous poutine, made with fries, cheese curds, and gravy, which originated in Quebec, of course. Another classic is pea meal bacon sandwiches, especially popular in Toronto, often called the Toronto sandwich. In Ottawa and Eastern Ontario, you'll find beaver tails, a famous fried pastry topped with sugar or chocolate. Ontario is also known for the local specialties like butter tarts, my personal favorite, Niagara wines, especially ice wine, and fresh produce from its large agricultural regions. Whether you're eating at a food truck or a high-end restaurant, Ontario has something for every taste. Culture and lifestyle. Ontario's culture is extremely diverse. Toronto alone has over 200 ethnic origins represented. The province is known for food diversity, festivals like the Toronto International Film Festival, sports teams like the Toronto Raptors and the Maple Leafs. Both English and French are widely spoken, especially in Ontario. Now let's talk about the climate, like all Canadians do. Ontario has a varied climate. Southern Ontario has warm summers and cold winters, while Northern Ontario experiences much colder temperatures. Winters are harsh, but summers are warm and great for outdoor activities. From its rich history to its diverse food, population, and iconic landmarks, Ontario is one of the most important and fascinating provinces in Canada. Whether you're visiting Niagara Falls or exploring Toronto, or as locals call it, Toronto, we don't pronounce the second T, or trying local food, Ontario has something for everyone. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And let me know which province I should explain next.